Aljamain Sterling, your old friend, versus Henry Cejudo, another one of your old friends. You never trained with Henry though, right?
No.
You and Henry just friends in passing through the years, respect and being Spanish
Wrestling,
fighters on
yeah.
the roster, wrestling, mutual friends.
So I'm gonna give you scenarios here. Henry Cejudo definitely hits harder.
Mm-hmm.
Aljamain is very hard to hit. Aljamain can also, and Aljamain will take down Henry if he does what Aljamain does, and he's done it to me, and that's why I say it. And I'm like, I could see how Cejudo would be like, yo, what the fuck? Where he makes you kind of chase him and like, yo, you're like, yo, let's fucking hit each other. And you start getting like overly frustrated where you start chasing him almost. And then the level changing shot, you're like, fuck. And you're sitting on your butt. Now you gotta get his fucking back. He's on you. And you gotta get him the fuck off. And that's gonna take at least, it's always taken me. The fastest I ever got Aljamain off me was probably 2.5 minutes, three
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, like what you're saying, from sparring Aljo. Aljo walks you into. He's very good at setting up what he does with
Yes.
moving you to where you need to be. Like I've seen him walk, like he does that, switch his stance, and he's circling left to right, backing up, and he walks you into, you know, what you're trained,
Yes.
what you're trained to do, and it's so hard to actually do. Aljamain, I think, has mastered. Like a coach is like, set up your shots. It's a lot easier said than done.
Right.
You have this other guy who you're not in his brain. You have to get in his brain and make him fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
Aljamain's very good at that.
Um, but if Henry's able to get his hands on Aljamain and get a takedown, and I don't think I see Aljamain submitting Henry. I think Henry's IQ and strength is like too out of this world. Um, I would like to see a match where they're both shooting at each other and like take each other into deep water and see who's fucking, shoot, get stuff, struggle to get back to their feet. Fucking another guy shoots stuff that like we're like, they're just gotta look at each other like two pit bulls, like they've been fighting for 20 minutes. Like, fuck, you gonna give up? Like, no, I'm not. You gonna give up? No. Um,
I think
I
yeah,
mean,
this
it's gonna be an interesting one because uh, shout out to Jesse Jansen. He hit me up. He goes, "Can Aljamain win, or is Henry gonna win? Because he's knows Aljamain and but is tight with
Henry.
Henry."
Yeah,
Um, and I was like, "Listen, man, I've had both Gregor Gillespie and I've had Aljamain on my back, and they feel very similar.
yeah.
But one's two weight classes lighter than the other, you know."
Mm-hmm.
Um, And I'm like, he's very good at getting to people's backs. And I'll tell you right now, if he gets to Henry Cejudo's back, if he does not finish him, the rest of the round will stay there with Henry on his back.
What Aljo on Henry's back? Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And something you'll attest to too that I think I'm not saying Henry's overlooking, but from you've traveled, you fought at the highest level, that style of jujitsu that Aljamain has, that like Henzo Gracie, he's like where you learned to defend that style. You didn't learn this, you know what I mean? You didn't start
Yes.
applying leg
He
locks and
does
shit.
have some good attacks.
Aljamain's got that jiu-jitsu. Like Aljamain's good off his back. Aljamain's good in scrambles. Aljamain's got submissions that I don't think it's as easy if Henry takes him down as Henry thinks. Like Henry thinks, oh, if I get him to the ground, Aljamain's not a top guy. I think Aljamain's like a
Yeah, but Henry's last few fights have been like, yo, let's stand and bang. I'm going to knock you out.
I think Henry, that's where I see this fight going, is car crashes. Henry's coming with that leg kick and that fucking right hand, and he's going to try to just make it as violent as possible. That's the only way Henry wins this
If the
fight.
fight stays on the feet, which Henry could very well stop Aljo from taking him down, he can.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's how Henry win. Henry needs to, like, this fight needs to happen for Henry to win. If it's not happening and it's a slow paced fight, that's Aljamain's fight. That's
Touch and go, move, touch and go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Aljamain setting up until he does something. If
But the last few guys that tried to do that to Henry, he fucking they woke up looking at the fucking rafters.
Well, if you Henry's very smart. If you look
Yes.
at Cejudo, I mean, you look at Cruz and
And he's been working with Mighty Mouse, who's one of the best ever at that touch and go and making, you know what I mean?
yes, you know what I think is one of the X factors in this fight is actually Pumi Nakuda, that fucking little dude from Serra's,
Okay.
the one you sparred with. Remember we watched him fight, and when he came out, you were like,
Oh, yes.
that's where the speed people think like, oh no, Henry's fast. Aljamain's seen it before.
Yes.
He's seen it before. That kid Pumi is like
Why doesn't Pumi, why is he in none of Aljamain's posts?
I think he had hand surgery and he like stepped away from fighting a little bit. But he still trains and he's still in the game. But last time I talked to, I think, Favola said he might be retiring. So exactly. That's how I was with it. But I'm saying I've seen that kid in the gym and I know that speed and size, and that kid's like Henry Cejudo's size.
He's seen it before, but I don't know if he's seeing it for this camp.
No, he did. Pumi was in there for this one. But even, I'm just saying, like the speed, so that Henry's speed isn't going to be a problem for Aljo, or it's not going to be something he hasn't seen before.
Aljo does a very nice job of using his length as well.
Yes, very good at keeping range. The biggest
where Henry Cejudo is like surprisingly so fucking long for his length. You know what I mean? Like he's longer than he appears.
Yes, the biggest he's got monkey arms and like deceptively longer legs than he actually has. Short little torso. Yes. I think that's the X factor in this fight is going to be when he fought Cruz and he fought Dillashaw. He went, oh, I know how I got to get to these guys. I got to chop their fucking shit out. He didn't get to chop Dillashaw out because he immediately landed. I think he landed a head kick and then landed the right hand. But Cruz, he chopped Cruz out.
That fight's this weekend. That's Saturday, right?
Who? Aljamain.
Cejudo versus Aljamain.
Yes. So I think that's going to be the game plan for Cejudo. The leg kicks, car crashes. If he doesn't get uncomfortable the way John Jones did from the rust a little bit and just go, I got to take this guy down.
No, I think John Jones took him down because...
No, John said that. John said I felt a little... Yeah? He said I felt a little goofy on the feet, so I thought, let me just... go where I know.
Sometimes when you grab a man, you instantly go, okay, now we're one. I'm so good here. And like then the fight becomes comfortable.
Yeah, and I think you're always going to be more comfortable grappling. It's just the thing with combat sports, unless you're not a grappler. But most guys are somewhat competent. It's like, all right, let's do MMA grappling versus let's full strike with fucking shit going as hard as we could throw it, you know? Which is what we're going to have Saturday night. So we're going Aljamain. Everyone's going... a lot of people are going Cejudo, and then I heard Cejudo say, he's like, anyone with a brain, anyone who knows combat sports, all the real fighters are picking me. And I was like, damn it, Henry. Because I'm picking out.
Who's the favorite? Who's the underdog? Because you know how I've got my three.
Aljamain is a slight favorite.
If I'm a betting man, I'm going Cejudo.
Yeah. I just
betting man Cejudo.
The ring rust. It's a real thing. And it's not that I think it's really ring rust. I think it's the system shock of the pace of the fight. That it's like Henry is the guy in his room. So is everyone, when he brings in sparring partners, are they really trying to kill him? You know what I mean? Because you might get kicked out. You get in some trouble, kicked out of camp and bullshit if you're that guy. You know what I mean? If a guy comes in and spars Henry...
I'm not sure because he comes from a wrestling background.
Okay, hold on. Whoa. No. If a guy comes in camp and he knocks Henry out on Monday, is he coming back to spar Henry on Tuesday? Maybe. No, maybe. If he knocks Henry out on Tuesday, is he coming back on Wednesday? You know, no.
Right.
You know what I mean? If someone's pushing Henry's shit in this whole camp...
Well, yeah, but nobody's knocking out Henry.
I was just using it as an example. You know what I mean? Like, granted, you don't train, well, when you spar and get ready for a fight, you're not always going to spar a guy as good as your opponent. But, like, how much...
I personally have always tried to spar better than my opponent.
Yes, but I'm saying... so
if I can get him.
Henry Cejudo is the greatest combat sports athlete of all time. I think he's an Aztec warrior. I think he's going to come in there and be game, but his training can't, you know? Did he get those rounds that he needs to get...
I think so.
I hope so. To get his cardio in check. That's what I wonder. Is his cardio going to be there because of the ring, the ring time off? And
sure, I think so.
I hope so.
Again, he's smart.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if you look at Ali, or Muhammad Ali, and you look at Sugar Ray Leonard and the people throughout history that even I'll use GSP as that example. GSP didn't look great when he beat Bisping. He won in
How
spectacular
many years has he
fashion.
been retired now?
What happened?
How many years has Henry been retired now?
3. But only like 2 because he was still training.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Yeah.
So ready for this?
What do you got?
Betting Cejudo. Who I want to win is like this fight for me is kind of like when Pat Cummins fought Volante.
Yeah.
It was like, listen, whoever wins is my friend. Other one, it's one of those, And then in terms of the Menace and the Man rule, where they've both been on the show, they've both been like awesome assets to the show, but the one little factor is that Aljamain is a hometown Long Islander from New York. He's helped, he's trained alongside me. I helped him get ready for fights. He's helped me get ready for fights. So I gotta go Aljamain.
Yep. Got to always go with the hometown guy.
Going with I might see what $20 gets me if Henry wins.
Yep. Well, we'll call that a wrap on episode 126. A little bit of technical difficulties trying to get back into things, but we'll get things figured out and start pumping out content for you guys. It's good seeing you, Menace.
All right. Likewise, Dan the Man. Well, see you later.